Hello everyone, in this presentation I will cover all the basic terminologies which are used in our finite automata. So the following are the basic terminologies that are important and which are frequently used in our finite automata. So the first entity is the symbol. So the symbols are basically individual objects and which can be any letter, alphabet or any picture. So right here I have taken the example of small a, small b, hash and 1. The next basic terminology is the alphabets. So alphabets are the finite set of symbols. Here it is a set of symbols and we already discussed what is symbols. Okay, and the alphabets are denoted by this symbol, that is summation. So as here we have discussed, it is a set, so this is the set notation. We have shown these symbols in the curly braces A and B. In the second example I have shown capital A, capital B, C and D in the curly braces. So these are the alphabets, and one more example I can take is the set of all numericals. Here I have shown 0, 1, 2 in the curly braces as it is the alphabets are the finite set of symbols. The third one is the strings. So string is a finite collection of symbols from the alphabet, and we represented the strings with the symbol small w. The first example of string is we have generated all possible strings from the alphabets A and B. So what are the possibilities of strings? We can generate any kind of string from these alphabets A and B, and it can be of length infinite. So right here in this example you can see that this string goes up to the infinity because we have not mentioned any restriction in this example. So we can generate A, AB, AA, triple A, BB, triple B, BA, ABA up to the infinity. A string with zero occurrence of symbols is known as empty string, and it is represented by epsilon. It means that in this case, whenever we have zero symbols in our string, so this string called as empty string, and it is represented by this epsilon symbol. Right now we will see what is the length of the string. The length of the string is represented by this symbol, that is small w in the vertical lines. So the number of symbols in a string w is called the length of the string, and it is represented by this symbol. So right here in this example we can say that the length of the string is 2 because we have two symbols A and B, and these examples we have shown 3 B's, consecutive B's, so the length of the string will be 3. And right here we have shown ABA dotted up to the infinity, so we can say that the length of this string is infinity. And last entity, but this is one of the most important, is the language. Language is a collection of appropriate string. A language which is formed over sigma can be finite or infinite. Here sigma have told it is the alphabet. Okay, set of alphabets, set of symbols is nothing but alphabets. Alphabet is denoted by this symbol. So as you can see that from the first entity to up to this entity. All these are interdependent. First of all, we must clarify what is symbol, then alphabet, then string, and then we can learn what is language. So right here, a language is nothing but a collection of appropriate string. So the examples here I have taken is the language L1, and it is also a set, so we have represented in the curly braces. The first example I have taken is the set of string of length 2, okay, over the sigma. Here is the A and B. Okay, so what can be the strings which are possible? The first thing we can conclude is that this string, it will be of the finite length. Why finite length? Because we have mentioned that whatever string which we will produce is of the length 2. So here we can say that AA, BB, BA, AB and BB are all the possible language we can produce from this string. One more example is the language L2, and here it is set of all strings start with A. So here the restriction is that whatever the string which will generate should start with symbol A, and it may be infinite because we have not mentioned anything. So right here in this example, the possible strings may be A, double A, triple A, B, B, A, triple B, A, B, and so on. So these are all the basic entities which are used in our finite automata. Once we clarify all this, then we will move on our next lecture, that is the finite automata. So please, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.